La la la. There we are. Well, let's pretend like that lag didn't happen. Welcome back, this time with sound. It can be done. I hope your week has been going well for you. I hope your day has been going well. I'm Santosh, by the way, and you are here for Psychic Sleep, I hope. Just a couple of quick uh, visualization games to play with the self and hopefully not only have a source of positive distraction, uh, well, and I hope that they're helpful in some way as well, but it helps to, the goal, part of the goal of this is to help people strengthen uh, the language, the communication between their subconscious and conscious minds. Like dream is a form of your subconscious speaking to you. Inner sensitivities, you can learn all kinds of wonderful things. I am currently riding the energy of yoga teacher training. We just wrapped up a year of study, uh, and so I'm riding that wonderful energy. And we'll definitely do our message from in between tonight, but it may not be long, for I have expended a lot of energy for a very good reason this weekend. So find your comfy position and just let my words wash over you. Listen to them if you want to. But allow your breath to become smoother and deeper, and just signal that the cascade of relaxation should begin. Starting it at the top and letting it, like a snowball, gather all that stress and roll down and off and away. The art for our message from in between this week is of Lance scuba diving. Well, no, not scubaing. He's snorkeling, very specifically snorkeling, and moving from one set of ruins to another. Admittedly, there's a little Greek influence to that temple. Um, Unintended, it just sort of came out that way. But yeah, of times long gone and how they can still create an experience within us today. Love the water. And I had quite a artist conundrum over whether I wanted to draw Lance with swim gear or not. I was like, he's an otter. He doesn't need any of that. And he's magical. He can be anywhere and in any environment. So, but you know what? Why can't he use a snorkel if he wants to? So here we are, swimming through the ancient ruins. The message part of our message from in between this week uh, is entitled Psychic Sleep for Messages in a Bottle. When you seem to be getting similar messages from multiple sources, take note of the forms they come in. Sometimes we only recognize the message if it comes from a source we deem worth listening to, like pain, for example. If it comes in the form of calendars and planners and time management apps, perhaps it's time for us to check back in with our multiple schedules, as well as their relationships with one another via our habits. Keeping track of comings and goings is helpful. Keeping track of whether we've overscheduled ourselves mentally is a game changer. Schedule emotional security buffers, like time for meditation, decompression, and come downs. Too many choices on your plate for that, you say, huh? Again. How about temporarily taking away the options that don't spark immediate excitement? I also chose the word excitement there purposefully, not just happiness. Excitement that can get us to move one way or the other. So, taking away the options that don't spark immediate excitement, saving that choice making energy for choosing to move forwards through the things that must be done regardless of feeling. What choices are you being drawn to? What messages might you have already noticed? This week's 3-card draw is the Page of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Wands, inviting us to consider A. Call on your inner boy band energy to guide you. Be the brat, the hothead, the dapper one. B. Sharp words cut deep. And C. Be careful not to judge people you've projected onto. Let's check back in with our levels of relaxation. With some slow, smooth breaths and just letting go and focusing. Perhaps you already feel encouraging results. And maybe you're feeling a little more relaxed than you were just a moment ago. Good job. Relaxing can be a skill, and some people find it very difficult. I might be one of those people. That's why I might be so into relaxation, because I need to remind myself to unclench, unwind, unfurl, but not unhuzzah. Keeping with our theme, let's relax ourselves and then take us into a quick visualization using the breath, using the ocean breath. Ujjayi breathing, for those of you that makes sense to. Some people like to call it the Darth Vader breathing. But that's excessive. The sound that you make shouldn't be loud enough to knock someone out of their meditation. Were they meditating beside you? Oh, and if anybody heard those 2 barks, that's my little mascot who's come to visit again. She's blessing us with her borks. This psychic sleep is puppy approved. But letting all that effort go of the thoughts and the paying attention to them, and just keep guiding your awareness back to your breath. Light constriction of the throat, creating an audible sensation inside, sounding like the crashing waves of the ocean. Riding the wave of the breath coming in and the breath going back out, and the myriad of sensations available along that simple journey. Breathe in, breathe out, do it again. So just listen to the sound of the ocean in your head and allow the breath to make slow waves crashing against the shore of the self, mindscape. And if none of that instruction got you to a functional ujjayi breath, just breathe. Slow it down, let it go. Let's vibe. Let go of the worry of any other activity. Right now, be with your breath and be your breath. How's the breathing going? And sticking with our ocean theme, start to visualize the waves crashing on the shore. You're standing on the shoreline and looking out across the endless ocean, the sea of potential. Notice the waves, their size and their frequency, and how they change in appearance from far away to up close. Hearing it crash against the shore, making that bubbly, airy sound where water and air get crashed together in the cradle of the earth. Imagine taking off your shoes if you're not already barefoot on your beach, feeling the sand, how it conforms to you but still supports you. Constantly cleaning and polishing, eroding and reshaping, watching the water play with the sand, and a glint in the distance catches your eye. And for a moment, you stop to listen instinctively. Maybe you heard a sound, maybe you didn't. But what you know now is that that is a bottle floating towards you. You can let it take its time, but remember you are also in control of time in your mindscape, so you can cause a little time dilation by speeding it up if you would like the bottle to come to you quicker. Uh, Enjoy the anticipation and do not be overly attached to the message that you receive. This is something offered up from your subconscious. So only you will know if it resonates and in what way. But feel the texture of the glass, the coldness of the water, and the feel of the bottle, the weight of you lifting it up, of uncorking it and pulling out a bit of paper or parchment, and almost like a cosmic fortune cookie. Consider the message. What message did your subconscious just send you? And if it's profound, you stay with it and ponder it. If it was sarcastic or something that did not really help, we are going to query the ocean again. This time, what advice does our higher self have for us? Could it send us a message in a bottle? And so, revel in the time of day where you are on your shore, whether it's high noon or the starry night sky, dusk, dawn, or anywhere in between. And either way, that means you're going to feel something like the cool night air or the warmth of the sun, the gentle breeze, the not so gentle breeze. Maybe while you're waiting on the message, you could reach into your pocket, and the weight that you feel there is a writing utensil. I don't want to say if it's pen, pencil, or quill. Leave that up to your subconscious, or maybe even a Sharpie marker. And what would you like to say to your subconscious? Could you send words of encouragement for that part of yourself that takes care of so much? It works so hard so you don't have to think desperately about how to brush your teeth while brushing your teeth. You just do it. But that's not you just doing it. That's your subconscious enabling you to do it without focusing on it. But whatever you feel that you would like to say, maybe you could send an I love you to your subconscious or whatever feels right in the moment. I do not encourage self hate or even jokingly any self deprecation. So make the message worthwhile. You want to feel good, don't you? Wouldn't you want your subconscious to feel good? So write it a little something. Send it a message. speed up time and roll up what you wrote, put it in the bottle, cork it, and then feeling the wind behind you with strength you never knew you had, chuck it out of sight into the endless ocean, trusting the waves to carry it to the subconscious, to the lands of the subconscious, the realms. And maybe close to you, tossing the message out of sight, or tossing it as far as you can and watching it float far out of sight. Maybe by now you've noticed that telltale glint out there. And so, noticing what's going on at the moment, watching that bottle come towards you. This time we've asked the subconscious to speak, so this time we will once again not take whatever is written too seriously or too literally, but trusting that our subconscious might have some advice for us, something that you need to hear in this moment. Sometimes we need to be reminded of things we already know. Whatever that message is, grabbing the bottle, pulling it out of the waves, watching the water drip off, seeing the message through the glass when you twist it in the right direction, and pop off the seal on top and gently pour out your message. Hold on to the parchment in your hand and standing back on the shore, maybe 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land, at this place in between, which makes it a potent place for self-discovery and intuition. What does the message say this time? Now that you've asked, what would your subconscious like to say to you? What has it just said to you? And it could be hard to read. It could be in a different language. There could be many, many variables. But if you hold on to it and look at it long enough, you'll get the message, even if you are not necessarily reading it word for word off the bit of paper that it's been written on. Like the message that I just got from my bottle was, go to Vegas, not because you need to gamble, but because you need to open up to chance. Was that written word for word on the message? No. Did I understand when I unrolled the parchment? Yeah. I saw the strip and I saw a couple of images and I understood the message, and then I allowed it to just be. So let me let you just be there with your message on the shore, feeling all the things you feel, communing with your subconscious mind. and taking note of the message that you got, how it came to you, what that looked like, and what it said, and whether it is encouraging you towards positive action or not. Like the message from in between. We notice. We try not to judge. And regardless of what our message was, anything can be turned into metaphor and therefore wisdom. So the process is longer than that, but you understand what I mean. And maybe you want to fold that note and keep it next to you, keep it in a pocket. You might even like to make a real one in the waking world just to remind you. And we are not going to litter in our mindscape, so if you would like to write another message and put in this bottle, go right ahead. Maybe you would rather turn the bottle into a glass seagull and watch it fly away. Don't just leave it there. If you respect the form the message came in, your parts of you will receive that respect and respond in kind. So if you can't be nice to yourself, at least be civil. And this bottle game you could play sometime in the near future to see if any inspiration comes from this visualization. Regardless, I hope it has been enjoyable. Let's take our awareness back from the note, the bottle, and the beach, and come back to our body, back to our breath, back to our body, back to our practice. Letting the inhales become bigger than the exhales. As warmer air comes in, cooler air goes back out. Warmer air comes in, cooler air goes back out, and we follow this sensation back into the body, back into the body, all the way back into the physical body, right here and right now. Take a breath, and if you're off to the lands of slumber, dive back in, and blessings on your journey. If you're coming back out, then wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the face, rock the neck, gently rolling over onto your right side if you were laying down, and where's the next word? Oh, come back, fill the body back up with life. Don't leave any part of yourself stranded out there somewhere. Call them back in. Maybe set an intent for the rest of the day or the week ahead. Remembering to be gentle with ourselves. Compassion for ourselves helps us hold compassion for others. So, Hari Om Tat Sat, my friends. This has been Psychic Sleep for Messages in a Bottle with Santosh here on a Sunday night. Thank you all so much for participating whenever, wherever, and however you participate. I love doing this thing, and if you would like to help me towards the goal of consistency and all the wonderful things that come with arting, then you could like, share, comment, or subscribe. Any one of those things helps the metric. If you want to donate, then yay. You could do that at Santosh David 333, but I'm currently in the trying to grow the YouTube audience phase, so telling somebody about it if you enjoyed our little time together or Sunday nights, that'd be pretty spiffy too. However, and whatever you need to bring into the self to finish your practice, pulling yourself back in the here and now and allowing a little more time to come back to yourself fully if you need to. Either way, my blessing that I wish for us all, as always. Feel good. Feel well. Be happy.